Oh, many months? At what months?
I'm sorry, how many months do I want to quit?
Yeah.
Between 120 and 160. Yeah.
Jadi antara mil 120 dan 160 itu adalah masa-masa di mana semua orang ingin berhenti katanya.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm begging for a rock to come up and break my bike, so I have a good excuse to not keep, because it's not fun anymore at that point. It's still a long ways to go.
Oke, kita lagi di Sunflower. Yuk, masuk.
Ayo monggo. Ini tokonya tutup, pegawainya nggak ada, tapi kita masih boleh lihat-lihat. Ini barang-barang camping. Di sini kita atas kekuatan, bukan kekuatan kaki, tapi kekuatan menahan diri untuk nggak beli. Ya apa? Bener nggak omonganku? Ditelepon sekarang, lebih baik. Ini masih barang-barang outdoor, belum barang-barang sepeda. Kamu bisa, kalau katanya orang itu gila. Ya.
Semoga tidak gila.
Coba dilihat aja.
Morning.
Good morning.
Nggak ngono aja disopo. Sing-singone gak disopo. Ya ini Om ini legender.
Kalau misalnya saya bawa ini pas eventnya,
Saya senang sekali.
Semua perlengkapan, ya lengkap.
Ini yang bicara bawa. Loh, ransel, man.
Ransel, wow. Pas eventnya itu, semua perlengkapan ada. Airnya bisa sak galon.
Ya, teman-teman, kita sekarang ada di kota Lawrence di Kansas, sekitar 1 jam dari Emporia. Ini kota terkenal dengan universitasnya, University of Kansas (KU), juara basket NCAA tahun 2022. Tapi di sini juga terkenal dengan sepeda gravel karena Kansas ini sangat ngetop dunia gravelnya. Toko ini salah satu toko terbaik di Kansas dan menurut saya salah satu yang terbaik di Amerika yang pernah saya kunjungi. Seharusnya tutup 2 hari ini karena sedang ada pembangunan, tapi pemiliknya mengizinkan kami dari Indonesia untuk masuk hari ini khusus untuk kita, jadi tenang belanjanya dan lain-lain, spesial untuk tim kita karena mungkin Omri pengen belanja banyak. Terus nggak ada kasirnya, ada dibukakan nanti kasirnya ya. Nah, ini toko ini kebanyakan barang gravel, barang aneh-aneh yang mungkin kita nggak pernah dapat di Indonesia karena memang tidak ada di sini. Tapi yang unik di sini adalah sepeda ini. Ini adalah sepeda pertama yang menjadi juara Dirty Kanza. Dirty Kanza itu sekarang namanya Unbound Gravel ya. Jadi yang event yang kita ikuti. Jadi kalau kita lihat ini sepeda yang jadi juara. Ini sepeda yang jadi juara tahun 2011 tahun 2012. Bukan yang pertama. Tapi dulu ada sepeda yang pertama ya di sini ya.
Ya itu kan ada. Yang mana kan?
Iya. Diganti ya. Tapi ya ini sepedanya yang punya toko ini yang juara. Dulu, jadi dilihat sini ada banyak. Ini penghargaan kalau finish sebelum matahari terbenam dia dapat penghargaan seperti ini. Ini dapat banyak dia. Seperti ini. Ya inilah Sunflower Outdoor and Bike Shop. Ada kafenya juga top, tapi kafenya tutup hari ini karena ada pembangunan. Jadi ya memang ini dibuka khusus untuk kita. Dan nanti mungkin kita bisa bicara dengan pemiliknya begitu dia masuk. Jadi ya moga-moga banyak barang asik di sini. Excuse me, are you Dan?
Yeah.
Oh, this is your bike?
Yeah.
Can we speak to you a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Ini yang punya langsung pas datang. Nah, Om Ditmar masih mau beli sepatu. So thank you for letting us in.
Absolutely, welcome here.
We have our viewer from Mainsepeda in Indonesia.
Yeah,
so it's
awesome.
So perfect timing.
Yeah, welcome to Kansas.
Thank you so much. And can you explain about this bike? I remember that there was a bike that won the first Dirty Kanza.
Yeah, and that one's down in Emporia now.
Oh.
So this week they're launching the Gravel Cycling Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Down there, and so they asked for a couple bikes to display in the Gravel Cycling Hall of Fame, and that bike that you're talking about, the Steelman, the white one that usually hangs there, I took that down to them, and it's on display down there right now.
Oh.
And same thing with there was another bike where the black one is over there, that was the Mothra Crux, and that one's down there as well. So I had to swap in. I only won one DK on that white one. I won 2 on that one, so I brought that one in, and the black one down there is my winning Trans-Iowa bike from 2017. So, yeah.
Jadi Dan tadi menjelaskan sepeda putih yang biasanya di sini yang menjadi juara pertama Dirty Kanza dulu tahun 2006 itu sekarang ada di Emporia karena mau ada event. Jadi sepeda itu sekarang sedang dipajang karena ada Hall of Fame di sana. Nah, sepeda ini dia pakai menang tahun 2011-2012. Jadi sepeda yang dipajang di sana dia hanya menang sekali, nah itu, tapi dengan sepeda ini dia menang 2 kali. Jadi ini sepeda yang dipajang. Can you explain about the bike?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is Independent Fabrications.
Independence Fabrication mereknya, Amerika ya.
Yeah, so it's a small builder out of Somerville, Massachusetts, and I was riding on that Steelman for a while, and it was a steel bike, and it was really what I called a Franken bike. It had a lot of weird parts on it that didn't work very well, and so it had clearance for really fat tires, which I liked, but I was like, I only do the Kanza once a year. I should build a bike that is lighter and uses normal parts, and so that's where this bike came from. And obviously it was a mixture of SRAM and some Durace tubeless wheels, and had, I added the water bottle cage on the bottom, and it was a titanium bike that I won a couple of those races on. It ironically would only get up to about a 700 by 35 tire, so I did all those on 35s, and then when the Diverge came out from Specialized, then you were able to go up to a 38 and now a 42. And,
so you used to do the event on a 35?
Yep.
There's no way they're doing it now, eh?
No, I would never do that. No, for sure.
Jadi dulu dia menang pakai ban 35 karena dulu bisanya ban 35, tapi sekarang katanya nggak mungkin pakai ban 35 situasi sekarang. Jadi ini sepeda titanium merek Independent Fabrication, komponennya campuran SRAM dengan Shimano Dura-Ace, and you still using rim brakes.
Yep.
Jadi masih pakai rim brake.
Sure.
This is a 50-34
with 1226 in the back. So.
Jadi bayangin dulu pakai 50-34 di depan, belakangnya 1226. Sekarang, now we're using 40.
Yeah. Well, this is where the term gravel grinding came from. You're just grinding it out, right? So.
Jadi dulu istilahnya gravel grinding itu ngoyo ya, harus cadence pelan-pelan kan ya, kirinya kecil di belakang. So you won the race before you have the bike shop, or you always have this bike shop?
I've worked here since 1989.
Okay.
And I've owned it since 2001. So the first DK was in 2006.
Okay.
So I owned the shop at that time. And, many of the bikes that are on the wall up top here are mine, but some of them are bikes that I've actually ridden in big races. So this was the winning bike in 11 and 12, and then this one. This is the Trans-Iowa winning bike from 2017, and it's another interesting bike in the sense that it's a Diverge, or a Crux Evo frame from Specialized, and that race was 339 miles in 38-degree sideways rain with about 10 miles of walking on B roads. Hopefully it's not what we're going to have this weekend in Korea, fingers crossed.
How many hours did you?
31 hours on that bike, and it has obviously the Lauf fork on it, which gives me a little bit of suspension travel. So there were some times in the overnight hours where I was descending down a big hill, and that fork saved my bacon several times because it absorbed some stuff that I ran into. So it's not particularly aesthetically pleasing. It's ugly, but it works.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it works. So so that was, I think they had 150 people sign up for that race. That was the maximum that Mark Stevenson, who is also being inducted into the Gravel Hall of Fame this week, he capped his race at 150, and I think 75 people showed up because it was raining, kind of like it's raining today, and only 6 people finished. So
only 6 people.
6 people. Yeah. So 6 people were not smart enough to quit. So yeah.
Can you explain about the first ever Dirty Kanza thing?
Sure. Yeah.
Even in Indonesia now, people are talking about it, and Johnny Ray, my partner, myself,
hi. Nice to meet you.
John, the big tall guy with the glasses. Yeah.
Nice.
We were the first Indonesian Indonesian to do it last year.
Awesome.
He did the 100. John is the first Indonesian to finish the 200.
Awesome.
I only made it up to mile 126.
That's well, and you know,
Totally out of water,
Yeah,
totally out of food.
yeah.
So this year, but the weather is totally different this year.
yeah, it's going to be. I think it'll be fine. It's been pretty dry. We could use the moisture, so it'll be fine.
So can you explain the difference between, because you are the first person to win it?
Sure. Yeah.
So can you explain how it was then and it is today?
Well, I would say two things. One is that of the 11 Dirty Kanza 200s that I've done,
you did 11.
11 of them, yeah, and one XL, one 350 mile distance. Every time I do it, between mile 120 and 160, I'm looking for an excuse to quit. So we're the same in that. It's at that point, it's not fun anymore.
How many miles at what miles?
I'm sorry, how many months do I want to quit?
Yeah.
Between 120 and
120.
160. Yeah.
Jadi antara mil 120 dan 160 itu adalah masa-masa di mana semua orang ingin berhenti kan.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm begging for a rock to come up and break my bike, so I have a good excuse because it's not fun anymore at that point. It's still a long ways to go. So.
and what's the difference between that first one and now? Basically?
Well, the first one was 34 of us.
Only 34 people.
34 people.
Only 34 crazy people. Right?
Yeah. And we were riding gravel around this part of the world in Lawrence, and we were out on our annual October 100-mile gravel ride, and we all stopped for a moment or two, and I was like, man, they're going to do this 200 miles down in Emporia. That's crazy. Maybe let's try it. We didn't know if we could do it or not. And so 34 of us the first year. I think 18 people finished the first year. And it was like launching into the unknown. We had no idea what we were getting into, but every year it grew and grew and grew, and then at some point the city kind of got wind that like this might be a good deal for Emporia.
It is.
So they moved it downtown. They had the gantry, the start finish, and then when pros like Rebecca Rush started showing up, that was really what put it on the map. And so then you get other pros showing up, and all of a sudden it becomes kind of the Gravel World Championships almost. Except there is a Gravel Worlds in.
No, this is the World Championship. I forget the UCI. This is the original World Championship.
This is the big one. So 34 people to, I think they have 4,000 people this year.
4,000.
Yeah, across all the distances. So.
Jadi dia cerita tahun 2006, 2006, right?
Yep.
Waktu pertama kali dibikin itu hanya aja kelompok komunitas gitu bikin event, dan waktu itu yang ikut hanya 34 orang, yang finish hanya 18. Tahun ini yang ikut 4.000 orang dari seluruh dunia. Jadi kejuaraan dunia yang asli. So, what do you expect gonna happen with Unbound in the future?
Well, I think it's the roads. There's plenty of room. You can put as many people on those roads as you want because it's pretty remote, right? You're not gonna run into a lot of traffic out there.
No. There's one problem though.
What's that?
Accommodation.
Oh yeah. They're gonna need to build a hotel of some sort. Finding a place to stay down there is tough these days.
We had to stay in Ottawa.
Ottawa, okay. Well, that's not too bad.
Yeah,
you get up early and get there.
So it's not too bad, but when you click the hotel, like the last 3 weeks or so, like the nearest hotel you can find is 140 kilometers, almost 100 miles, which is 80 miles away.
Well, and when you have 4,000 people plus probably plus one, and probably got a support crew coming right now, you're at 8,000. And the population of Emporia is like 26,000 people, so that's a third of the population. They get a boost for that weekend. So
does Lawrence get a boost also?
Yeah, I mean, Unbound, it's gotten to be a week-long sort of thing. It used to be just the race, and now there's the Friday and then the Saturday race and Sunday awards, and there's things on Thursdays and Wednesdays, and so it's expanded out quite a bit. But because so many people fly in for it, Lawrence is right on the way to Emporia, and I think Emporia and Lawrence go 1-2 for coolest towns in Kansas. I think we got a little bit of leg up.
No, this is number one.
Well, we might, we have some pride, but people want to stop off in Lawrence. It's a great little downtown, and then make their way down to Emporia. So we definitely see a boost from it.
All right, thank you so much
no worries.
for letting us in.
What do you think about this year Unbound?
He's asking the weather.
This is important for us.
It's important for us.
This Saturday, the weather is not same with the previous year. When we come here last year, it's not like this. not so much
Yeah.
wind and
Last year we was so hard. We were thinking about how to bring more water on the back. That's what happened to us, out of water.
Yeah.
And we didn't know how to calculate and everything.
Yeah.
And then so he was carrying a frame bag, and yesterday with the wind he fell.
Pushing all over the place. Yeah. You
So-
got a sail on your bike.
yeah, because I have ride like this. And after that I have
He has to take off the bag to go home.
Yeah.
So what's the tips from you?
You know, first thing I would say about Kansas weather is wait 5 minutes and it'll change. So don't look at the forecast for Saturday and get freaked out now.
Okay.
Wait until we get a little closer. I would wait until, you know, a couple days out to kind of get an idea of what the real forecast is going to be. And then other than that, the roads down there are a lot of rock, so they drain pretty well. You can always ride in the rain. You can always, the thing I like about the wind, and you probably didn't experience it with your frame bag in there, but you can always get smaller on your bike and get, you know, less wind resistance. For me, if I'm going up a hill, I can't cut off a leg and I can't drop any weight, but I can always get smaller. So that's a good thing to remember when you're riding into the wind. And on Saturday, just keep moving forward. Try not to sit down. Slow progress is better than sitting, for sure. And just remember that, and this is something Rebecca Rush taught me, or told me several years ago, is that all of these endurance sports are, they're like riding a wave. And you'll have moments where everything is going great, and you'll have moments where everything is not going great. And neither one of those last very long. Okay. So enjoy it when you have the tailwind and the bike is working and your nutrition is dialed. But remember that it's not going to be that way forever. Okay. And the same holds for when it just sucks. And you're like, just get through it. And so in the same way that every year between mile 120 and 160 I've wanted to quit, if you just kind of keep moving forward on the course, you start getting to a point where you're like, yeah, I can make it from here. So you can see the barn.
All right.
So
thank you, sir.
160. Okay.
Yeah,
that's for me. That's always the crux. Every year is 120 to 160.
No, because of last year, I only want to get to 160. I know once I get to that last stop, I'll make it.
Yeah. I mean, and for me at 160, I started thinking, okay, it's 40 more miles. That's a ride out to Lone Star Lake and back that we do every Saturday on, you know, I could do that standing on my head. And not maybe after riding 160 miles, but that's the mental game that you play to trick yourself. And yeah, the closer you get, you'll see the lights of Emporia, and I firmly believe there's no better finishing line than Commercial Street coming down to Emporia, because when you ride that wave, you come out the other side a transformed person. So it's transformative for sure, and you're just so happy you're done. It's hard not to smile.
One thing, can you show us in the store like one or two most important equipment to carry? Anything for you?
Yeah.
For you.
Well, obviously, nutrition is the hugest thing. So we've got a bunch of nutrition over there, but everybody's a little bit different. I've seen more people that have great fitness and all their mechanical stuff is working great, have their day derailed by having their stomach lock up and not be able to get water or food in. So I would always, nutrition is probably the number one thing. The other thing about nutrition is that what tastes good at mile 100 or 80 might not taste good at mile 180, right? You're like, I don't want any more sports gels. I want a piece of pizza. So you got to have some variability in what you're able to eat, and that's important to communicate to your pit crew. I think also the pit crew, instructions for them to, when I was doing it with Colin Earhart is the giant rep for this area, and he worked for us for a long time. He was my pit crew guy, and the pit for Rebecca Rush and Ted King, and he's guided more people to wins at Unbound than probably anybody. And his method was that he would lovingly catch you as you came into the transition area, and there would be nothing to sit on. There was no, he would open the cooler lid so you couldn't sit on the cooler, and he would catch you and then he would kick you out as fast as possible. So one of those wins that I think I had 2 minutes of non-moving time. So 3 stops in less than 2 minutes. Fuel up, and as I say, keep moving forward on the course.
Just keep moving.
Yeah, and then for Saturday, I would pack a derailleur hanger. Yeah, in case you rip one off, then you can throw a new one on there and keep moving forward. And I don't know, the other thing I love about Unbound is that unlike unlike Trans Iowa, where if it rains and rains and rains, the promoter there would never change the course. You know, he would set out the course months in advance and say we're going to go down this minimum maintenance road that is going to be impassable if it's muddy. And if it rained, he's like, cool, they're gonna have to walk for 10 miles. Folks at Unbound understand, I think, that people have traveled from incredible distances to come do this, trained a lot, spent a lot of money to be here, and they want you to test yourself, but not make it, it's gonna be hard enough without making it crazy. And so if it's like super muddy or nasty, they'll reroute you around stuff, and you don't, if they're going to take you down a minimum maintenance road that you'll have to walk for 10 miles, unless it pours the morning of, then you're going to be fine. So keep moving forward, get your nutrition dialed. This year's pack a derailleur hanger, and have your pit crew be ready to catch you and kick you out. So
Kick out.
Yeah.
Catch and kick. So no pit stop.
even if you're going 3 miles an hour, eating a sandwich as you roll out, that's better than sitting in a chair, because you know, chairs have gravity.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Good luck down there. We'll see you down there.
Can we have a photo with you?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Ayo foto bareng dulu.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
Kalau yang belum pernah ke Manado, memang goes ke sini agak effort dikit, kira-kira 30-an kilo dari kota Manado, tapi sampai sini reward, tempat terindah. Lebih nyaman ya?
Kayak di Eropa.